Hello,
Closest to that.
everyone. Welcome to the Forge. We're here to play some Amarillo Skies, our Western campaign, and I'm here with all of our intrepid heroes. Say hi, intrepid heroes.
Hello!
Oh,
Say
Hi,
hi,
Intrepid
intrepid
Heroes.
heroes. I love you, Summer.
I've been binging it lately.
Oh my gosh, I have no problem stealing Brennan Lee Mulligan's intro. I'm sure he would be flattered, and I think it is appropriate for our first session. We'll have to come up with our own thing to call each other, but courageous cowboys, maybe. Hmm?
Yees and haws.
Yeah,
I
say
like
hi,
that.
Yeez and Haws. I love it. But we're gonna be playing a Western campaign set in Elmridge County, and this is a 5th edition campaign. We're going to be using the firearms from the DMG, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this started. And I'm going to. So the wind sings in the crisp morning air as it sweeps across the wild grass plains of Elmridge County. As we watch an owl fly and perch on a pine tree watching, you hear the sounds of a man singing and the clopping of horse hooves. Uh, I'm, I am tempted to sing, but I know this is gonna be bad.
Been through the desert on a horse with no name.
So I'm just gonna play my harmonica a little bit. Uh, and you see, uh, you know, just this cowboy with a white 10-gallon hat and a white shirt riding a white horse. The dust from the trail seems to magically not cling to him or his seed. And he looks right at the camera and he says, "Well, howdy there. I guess I'm what you call the narrator for this particular adventure in the Wild West of Elmridge County. Our story begins in the town of Amarillo, the westernmost trading center in the county. The town has come a long way in the last few decades. Rumor says the railroad might even be moseying its way this out here. Even got itself a printing press. But it's still home to outlaws and honest folk alike, trying to survive the frontier." The camera spins and pans out over the town of Amarillo. We see a sign that reads KO Saloon, and inside we see people playing cards and a fight breaking out. Down the street, Mr. Montague closes the large iron safe and spins the lock to secure the vault at the First Bank of Elmridge. From up the hill, bells ring out as children begin to cheer and depart the schoolhouse that is next door to the church. We see Mr. Blake in his bowler hat handing newspapers to those walking past the Amarillo Star Tribune. And we see covered wagons with farmers selling their produce, cowboys riding horses, equipped to head back out on the range, and other common townsfolk making their way about their business. Uh, it is here that we see coming into town a young Blythe Langley. Summer, would you like to describe your character for us?
Yeah. So Blythe, he is I finally decided on like an age for him. He is 15. Uh he's got kind of shoulder length, like auburn hair that honestly looks kind of a mess most of the time. But at the moment he has it tied back just to keep it out of his face. He's got uh kind of like light green eyes, kind of squinting at everything because he broke his glasses. um and yeah, he looks a little dusty.
Yeah.
from his travels.
Yep.
Very dusty, actually.
So Blythe, you were sent to town with a few dollars, and Harold let you know that they got word that some wells, had been running dry out in this area, and he's sending you to investigate that as part of the regulators. Um, but unfortunately, you're starting to run a little low on cash. You have about enough money for one more night stay at a hotel or something like that, but you're gonna have to find a job if you're gonna want to live for the foreseeable future. So as you're walking into town, you ask around and you hear about the Gold Coin Palace Hotel, which just happens to be in the town square. Uh,
Okay. Uh, I
I
guess he'll. Sorry.
oh, go ahead.
Uh, like the gold. Like he heard that they're looking for help, or like just that it's a
Oh,
place that he can
that'd be
stay
a
in
place to
town.
stay for the night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you literally just walked into town, and it's about 3 4 in the afternoon, so you really don't have time to go looking for a job today. You got to find a place to stay.
All right. Yeah. Then he'll mosey on in.
All right, so you walk into the Gold Coin Palace Hotel. It's a pretty nice hotel for being in kind of such a uh, western town. Um, and you see the proprietor of the establishment. Uh, he is a this gentleman standing behind the counter. He's got this white cowboy hat on with these tinted glasses, big cigar, and he's very fashionable. And he introduces himself as you walk in and he says, "Well, hello there, come on in. My name is Bats Jones. Welcome to the Gold Coin Palace Hotel. How may I be of service to you?"
Um. Yes. I was just looking to see how much it would be for a night here.
He looks you up and down and he says, "Well, the first night I will cut you a discount. We'll say, I'll charge you $1 for the night. You can get cleaned up from the road."
Sorry. Repeat that.
Oh, I'll charge you $1 for the evening since you look a little road weary there, friend. Where are you traveling from?
I traveled, from my folks' farm over up near all the way up near Heaven's Holler. I've traveled quite a ways.
Well, you're a long way from home. What brings you out this part?
Oh, got to get on my own somehow. Can't just rely on my folks my whole life.
That's a good working attitude. I'm a bit of an entrepreneur myself, as you can see from my fine establishment here. So I always admire those who want to make it on their own. So good on you. Uh, well, here's your key. Your room is up down the hall, third one on the left, and there's some water in there for you to take a bath, and you can just toss it out when you're done. And dinner is at 5.
All right. Thank you kindly. And he's gonna head on over to his room.
All right, you go to your room. You wash up, and when you come back down for dinner, there is another man that is waiting there at the table, speaking with Bats Jones. He is a very large man with these white dreadlocks pulled back behind his head. He's got just kind of white, stubbly beard, wearing a vest and tie, and his sleeves rolled up, and you can see that he's got like scars and other things like that on his arms. Like this man has seen his fair share of it, action, and as you come like into the dining room, Bat says, young Mr. Lively, allow me to introduce our mayor. This is Longhorn Jack, the mayor and founder of Amarillo." As Longhorn Jack comes over to you, he extends his hand out to you. And how tall is Blythe?
I didn't give him a height, honestly.
Oh,
I don't think he's very tall.
okay, well, Longhorn Jack stands at about 6'5", so he towers over you, and his hands are massive as he like puts his hand out to shake yours.
Yeah, Blythe will shake his hand. Pleasure to meet you, Blythe Langley.
The pleasure is all mine, Mr. Langley. Uh, Bats tells me that you're new in town. You're looking to strike it out on your own. Is that right?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
What kind of work are you interested in?
Well, I mostly, I got a lot of farmhand, work behind me. I worked on my pa's farm my whole life.
Good, honest work. All right. Well, I know that the Harts out on the Hart Ranch, they only have just one ranch hand, and he's different. But I think they could probably use another hand for the harvest. Um, if you want, I could introduce you. If you come by they'll probably be at the harvest festival tomorrow. If you stop by and come find me at the festival, I'll introduce you to the Hearts, and we'll get you a job out there on their ranch.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it greatly.
All right, now, Bats, where's that barbecue? And we're going to cut from there. And you see there's just like a tumbleweed tumbling through the sand. Whoosh, as we cut over to the Hart Ranch. And it is earlier in the morning, and let's see. Are you going by Enigma or Valron right now? Valron. Thank you.
Valron.
Just change your token. That answers that question. Working a hard day's work out on the ranch with Mr. Hart. It's a crisp winter morning. The wind blows through the wind blows the dust through the air as the moos of cattle can be heard, and the two of you are just riding by. Mr. Hart turns to you, Valron, and he says, the family is going to be going to the Harvest Festival tomorrow night, or tomorrow. You want to come along with us? You've been working awful hard. You should take a break.
I reckon I could do a bit of mingling about the locals. Been catching a few side eyes on the occasional trip into town. Maybe it's best to see them in a more festive atmosphere.
Oh, and before I get too far, Ryan, could you describe your character for us?
So he's a tall, live tiefling, standing captivating look on his face. He's wearing a well-worn dark blue woolen poncho lined with a mostly frayed golden filigree, almost concealing the more regal vest of finer silk underneath, with a pair of horns that sweep up from the sides of his temples like the mandibles of a proud beetle. The embedded black gemstones pattered around pink grooves spiraling up the length of his horns. Silvery gray hair accents the horn's base, and while the rest of his well-kept hairline is as black as a moonless night, paired with a forget-me-not blue-gray skin, golden eyes devoid of pupil or iris. The man possesses an otherworldly kind of energy, almost enchanting.
Cool. So anyways, back to that conversation. Yes, you should come along to the festival with the family and I.
Appreciate the invitation. I think I'll follow you in for that one.
Excellent. I know that'll make Heart or Pearl pretty happy. She seems to be quite taken with having a big brother around, as she kind of describes you.
I suppose I should be making sure she's up to no good as well.
I mean, I'd appreciate if you kept her out of trouble.
I'll do my best.
The two of you ride out near like the border of the Hart's property, near a small creek, and I need you to make me a perception check.
All right. 5 total.
5. So you don't actually see anything with like your eyes or smell anything, but you get this feeling like it's almost like your fiendish senses are tingling, where you kind of sense the presence of a fiend nearby.
Mr. Hart's still there?
Yeah.
Say, Mr. Hart, I can tend around the last stretch of the fence line. Make sure everything's secure here if you want to make your way early back home for dinner.
That's not a bad idea. Sure the missus wouldn't mind. All right, Valorant, you got it. I trust you. You take care of this, and I'll head on back. Yeah.
Give Rose and Pearl my best.
He turns his horse and heads on back. You ride a little bit further along towards like a little bit further up the creek, and eventually you come upon the body of one of the cows, one of the cattle, and the body is there on the ground. It looks like it's been eaten by like a wild animal. However, you can sense that this is that feeling of that like fiendish sense that you that there's a kind of like this fiendish essence that lingers on the body.
Something's not right about this. Looking around, do I see any sort of trails leading to or from this?
Make me a survival check.
Oh, 9.
I mean, there's a lot of the cattle have come through here to drink, at the creek and other things like that. So you're having a hard time. Like you don't see any like wolf paw prints or like mountain lions or anything like that you're like looking for. You don't see any of those kinds of like natural predator prints.
Something covered in tracks, perhaps. Just gonna take a more like hand on his pistol, taking a more cautious look around, start circling the perimeter a little bit. If you're still out there, you best make yourself known.
You just hear the wind in the trickle of the creek.
Circle around a couple more times, make his way back over after making a few searches of the perimeter to the cattle to see if anything else got at it, and then he'll start continuing his walk of the fence line of the property.
That's the only cow that you find, and you don't see like none of the fences seem to be broken or anything like that. Give me an investigation check.
Not great rolls so far. 5.
Yeah, I mean, nothing seems to be like out of the ordinary other than finding like the dead cow. It's very hard for you to explain.
Yeah, must be natural causes. So much worse. Now I just have this feeling like something's wrong.
Always trust your gut instincts.
So Valorant's just going to keep his eyes around him.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think, judging by like the state of the cow, you don't think that this happened like recently. It's been here for a little bit.
So yeah, he'll eventually make his way back over to the ranch house.
As you dust your boots off and you walk in, Pearl runs up to you and kind of gives you like a high five. Really excited to see you, and she sees this kind of like look on your face. And she's, hey, everything all right, Valrin?
There's an odd breeze blowing in from the War Peak Mountains, I think. Just got an odd tingle down my spine. It's probably nothing.
Okay. Well, we got dinner ready. You hungry?
Supper sounds mighty delicious.
All right. And we're going to cut from there. And we're going to cut over to the soul.
You were gonna go to Amanda, weren't you?
Maybe.
Sorry. Carl's just cutting. I gotta get distracted real quick.
No, you're all right. We're going to go over to the Soul Theater. Where we see, and hold on, I have a whole ass map for this one.
Oh, I get a map. Ooh.
Technically, I have one for the ranch too, but I figure if I had done that, Ryan would have thought he was going to get into a fight. Okay, my computer is taking forever to load. Load, please. Why is my map not loading? There it goes. Jeez, that took a while. All right. So, inside the Soul Theater, we see Rebecca practicing her song with no one in the bar. Rebecca?
Yes. Sorry. I didn't know. Okay. So this is
Tricked ya.
how I make
Haha.
it. This is how I make it. Okay. Whiskey is brown. It makes your hair grow. Vodka is clear. It makes your throat burn. Wine is purple. It makes your eyes glazed. Rum is fruity. It makes it go patootie. Right. Beer is yellow. It makes a fella yellow. Do 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 do. I think that's how it goes.
And as you're, what does Rebecca look like as she's standing up on this stage in this empty bar?
She doesn't have a mask on, which is usually what she wears when she's in these kind of towns. So her face is messed up. Half of her face is severely burned. The other half is just like rough as sandpaper. A portion of her hair is missing, but the rest of it is blonde and is braided that goes down to her shoulder blades. She can see some of her teeth. She's just messed up. She looks like she's been through hell.
So this is what happened to Kevin.
Yes.
As you're distracted, kind of trying to figure out your song, Roger, would you like to come in quietly or make your presence known?
Definitely quietly.
Make me a stealth check, please.
I would love to. 11.
11. Rebecca, what is your passive perception?
A 10.
All right, you do not
Wait,
notice.
Wait, no, actually, that's my passive insight. I have a 12 passive wisdom.
As you're kind of fiddling around, you notice Roger walk in the door.
Oh, shoot, Fiddlestick. She's going to put on her mask. Hi, welcome to the Soul Theater. Technically, I'm not supposed to be up here, but behind the bar. But, I just thought to myself, why don't I just go up here and do things? How can I help you here today?
So, Roger, you've been working here for a little while. You actually came to start working
Couple
here
months.
about the same time that Rebecca did. But this is how she greets you quite often. What does this man look like that's coming through the door?
A very dapper gentleman, a silver fox, if you will. Wonderful goatee, strong upper body to a narrow waist. He stands, if I recall correctly, he stands exactly 6 feet tall. His build, barrel-chested, wide, but his muscles are toned, and he's got a white collared shirt, button-up shirt that is rolled up to his forearms on either side, suspenders going up, and he has leather gloves on, and he's currently carrying a set of red velvet curtains to replace the ones that were ripped down in a bar fight the other night. And he looks to Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. It's a pleasure to see you again. I just need to fix the stage.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're Mr. Robert. That's what it was. I'm sorry. I just keep forgetting. You might have just, done your little goatee, something differently. I just completely forgot a lot of the time. Most of the time. I'll get out of your way right now. I'll just go back to the bar, learn how to make some actual drinks occasionally.
And
Roger would correct her, but his stutter probably sounds like Robert anyway, so he's just going to go up to the stage.
Yeah, Roger, you're helping them get set up for the play that they're going to be putting on this evening, called Amarillo Skies. It is the tale of the founding of the town by Longhorn Jack and Fritz William Emmanuel Blumberdash. So as you're on the stage repairing things and just kind of working out a few things, in the side door becomes Rebecca, your employer, and Roger, your master. Alma Telma comes out of her office, and she just kind of walks up and sits at the bar and looks over at you, Roger, and says, "So, the two of you have any plans for tomorrow? You're gonna go check out the Harvest Festival?"
I didn't know that I had the day off, so now that I do, I might, cause I might run into someone, and maybe they'll get to know me, and I'll know them, and then I'll remember stuff. So do I have the day off? I think I should have started with that. I just kind of get how are you? Yes.
Look, I'll probably need you later in the evening when we get busy, but yeah, in the afternoon, you could absolutely take the afternoon off, and if you want to go participate in any of the competitions or just take a look around, there's gonna be a genuine miniature horse. You can do whatever you want in the afternoon tomorrow, but I'll probably need you around performance time.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. I'm going. What about you, Robert?
Robert.
Oh, his name is Roger. Roger. Sorry, Rebecca.
Roger.
What about
Yeah,
you, Mr.
Rebecca. Roger.
Right. That's what I said.
I'm sorry about my stutter. It affects the way I speak. I don't have any plans, ma'am. I figured there was plenty of work to do around the theater. Maybe I can, listen.
Yeah, there won't be much to do during until performance time. I mean, you already got most of it all set up already. What do you Yeah, I mean, tomorrow there's going to be all sorts of, competitions and other things like that. Are you interested in those kinds of things? Like, I don't know. There's the rodeo. You any good at riding?
I'm pretty fair at riding. Uh, I don't like to draw attention to myself. I may go and watch, but I
What
don't
about
think
the
I'm
pie
gonna
eating
participate.
contest? I bet you do great eating some of, Miss McCleary's, sweet potato pies.
They are wonderful pies. I might take up all that. That sounds wonderful.
Gotta do something, Roger. You can't just work all day.
Well, Mr. Roberts, if you want to, you can accompany me, cause I like to buddy up with people. Just you and me. It could be like a little, well, not a date, but something close to it, like a get together, a hang session.
I, I, I think that would be very nice. Thank you, Rebecca. Sure. You know what? I'll make sure none of these hooligans try to make an unwanted advance upon you out in the town.
I mean, usually they just turn around and run. But thank you. You're just look at him. He's just a little sweet potato pie, isn't he?
Alma looks over him. Yeah, real sweet.
I don't get it. Yeah, isn't he?
Even with his closest colleagues, he's trying to not make a scene.
As the three of you are just kind of shooting the shit in here. There is you do hear like a knock, and two gentlemen come in through the doors and promptly make their way into the bar. And you see a rather portly gentleman, a human, wearing very nice clothes and like a bowler hat and a monocle, and he's in his right hand he's just got this like big juicy cigar that he is smoking, and coming right on his heels behind him is this cowboy dressed in all black that has these really nice pistols at his hips, and wow.
Matthew Mercer's a good get there, Nick. I like it.
Well, my stupid computer is going. There it goes. But he seems to be accompanying this man as a bit of like a bodyguard.
When Roger hears the door open up, he makes sure to kind of like hide his face into the curtains as he's putting them up.
Yeah.
But he's kind of keeping an ear out.
Rebecca, you quickly, make sure your mask is on as well. As this man comes in, Alma Telma turns around and she says, "Ah, Mr. Sir, how can I help you today? You're a bit early for the festivities. You should come back tomorrow." You you hear him just like let out this laugh. Oh, Alma, as clever as always. And he takes another drag on his cigar. And you see as he pulls his left hand out of his pocket and he kind of points his hand at Alma, you see that he only has 3 fingers on his left hand. He only has his pinky, his ring finger, and his middle finger. You see that his pointer finger and his thumb are missing. And he points at Alma and he says, "You know, you should really consider selling this place to me. I know you've told me no before, but I have to keep asking. I definitely could make you a very wealthy woman if you just relinquish this your establishment to my care." Uh, Alma stands up and she walks right up to him like unintimidated. As she gets like close to him, you see the man in black actually pulls out his gun and like cocks it, and Alma like is undeterred by this and walks right up to Mr. Sir and kind of just like gets in his face, and she says, "All right, I'm gonna tell you one last time. Stop fucking asking me that question, or I'm gonna kick your ass. I don't even care if you have your lackey right here. I'll kick his ass too. Now, can I get you your table for tomorrow evening?" Mr. Sir, like, is not scared or intimidated by her. Just kind of gives a big kind of like crooked smile. Sticks a cigar in his mouth and he says, "My usual table would be nice, thank you. Let's go." And the two of them turn and leave the establishment.
Is there a way Roger can kind of like peek out and see the bodyguard and maybe kind of do like a martial look up and down on him and see like, is this someone that I shouldn't mess with right now?
Yeah, make me a perception check.
Fuck him up.
Not too bad. Let's see, perception. 14.
I mean, you notice his like how quickly he drew his weapon and like the proficiency with which like he was like had it aimed and everything, like
Very skilled.
that is a marksman for sure. Yeah, that man knows how to handle his weapon. Like he was not an amateur with that. If you've been around a little bit, make me a history check.
Oh, I am proficient. Dirty 20.
All right, with a dirty 20, you know that man has a reputation. He's known as the Black Rider,
Ah, the Black Rider.
and you know that Mr. Sir must be paying very handsomely for his services. And for that, with that too, I will tell you, you've also heard of Mr. Sir. Mr. Sir is the owner of the Iron Wheel Ranch, north of town. After they leave, Alma kind of just like regains her composure, fixes her hat, and says, "I hate that man. Anyways, yeah, have fun tomorrow." And with that,
I want to be her when I grow up.
we're
You don't want to be her.
Well, I mean, just the intimidating ire.
we're gonna cut to the inside of a blacksmith shop. We find ourselves over at Paris's blacksmith shop. It is, towards the end of the day. So the Paris has kind of closed up shop for the day. But inside is his new apprentice, Scratch. Ben, could you describe your character for us, please?
You might be muted.
Ben? Scratch?
Scratch that. No.
Ezekiel.
Allie kidnapped him.
Oh, working on it. Okay, well, Do you want me to skip you? We'll skip you. We'll come back. We'll come back to scratch. So, in that case, whoosh, tumbleweed in the dirt. We find ourselves over on a little hill. And perched near the top of Little Hill is a covered wagon that has on the side of it just a small sign painted that says Fox's Fortunes. Amanda, could you describe your character for us, please?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
But I've already skipped you, so we're coming back to you.
Okay, so you're gonna see a woman standing there with slate black long hair. When the sunlight hits it, streaks of navy pop through. It's very contrasting to her alabaster skin. She has deep emerald eyes, glistening with untold truths, a smirk of knowledge playing on her lips. Calming aura emits around her. She has hand-stitched embroidered flowers decorating her blouse. She's wrapped in a tight corset of brown leathers, complementing her leather breeches and knee-high boots held together with buckles. She has a little bitty red pouch on her hip, and that's Fox.
God, you guys did so much better than me.
So Fox, it's been a pretty slow day. You haven't had, many people stop by. So you've just kind of been hanging out, playing with Jinx and just minding your own business. But later on in the day, you are approached by a man that has pointy ears and is very well dressed. And he introduces himself as Titus Fiarlan of House Fiarlan, the Master of Entertainment. And he says, oh crap, I forgot. What was his accent? I forgot.
I think it was Jamie Foxx and Django.
That would be very difficult,
Or
seeing as
Jamie-
I've never
Jamie
seen
Foxx.
that movie.
I think it was Jamie Foxx, like any Jamie Foxx.
I don't remember. Anyways, but Titus, he comes up to your cart and he says, "Yeah, it is a very, it is a pleasure to meet a fellow entertainer always. Tell me what it is. What is it? What kind of entertainment is it that you sell here at your cart? I noticed it yesterday when I was, or the other day when I was helping a friend with some business in the cemetery, but I hadn't come over and actually checked out your wares. What do you have to offer?"
I guess it depends on what kind of questions you seek the answers to. Let's see, you're asking what I do. I have a bit of a card game going on, nothing too fancy. You've heard of it, I'm sure, being in the. She's gonna kind of like usher him up and down. You seem to know your way around things, Titus, Master of Entertainment.
Oh, I've been known to be able to stir a crowd here or there. I am most often in the employ of Alma Telma over at the Soul Theater.
Soul Theater. I haven't. How long have I been here, DM?
I would say that you and Scratch probably came to town about like a month ago.
Heard. I've passed by there multiple times on my trips to, here and there, but I've yet to actually stop in and see it. Is there any interesting things going on there?
Oh, tomorrow we're putting on a performance of Amarillo Skies, the tale of the founding of this fine town by our mayor Longhorn Jack. Have you had the pleasure of meeting the mayor yet?
I've seen him in passing, but I haven't had an actual conversation with him. No, I tend to keep my head down around authority.
Well, I mean, I think that you could easily, stop by tomorrow night and watch my performance. Are you going to be taking your cart to the Harvest Festival and offering your services there?
Definitely considered it. I wasn't sure if I needed to make arrangements to do so, or if I could just show up unannounced.
Well, give. Why don't you give me a demonstration of your talents, and if if uh, if you're good enough, I'll make sure that you have a spot.
Okay. I like the way you negotiate. Let's see what I can figure out. And I'm on the spot. Okay, cool.
You
She's
know,
gonna
you could do whatever you want. You don't have to do a reading for him. You could do whatever Fox would do to like how's she making $1, at her cart.
mostly card readings.
Well, there you
She
go.
have some,
Hand
little
massages.
potions and what? she,
Hand
she has
massages, reading people's palms.
she has the usual little witchy wear and tears, like little candles, incense, lanterns, anything like that could be of use. But if she's for the type of thing he's asking, I think she would probably go for a reading. But she probably would just do a single one, not anything crazy.
Yeah, just be like, pick a card, right?
Yeah. Just pick a card. She's gonna shuffle it around. That really cool like wave trick thing. Just kind of as they're talking, she's gonna kind of shuffle around and stack them up and tell them to cut the deck and pick a card.
Yeah, without like missing a beat in the conversation, he cuts the deck and pulls out a card and shows it to you. Which card did he pick out?
He picked out the Knight of Pentacles.
Pentacles, popular.
I think you need new cards.
Hey, okay.
Don't question the cards.
Well, this card shows me that you seem to enjoy the finer things in life. You seem to have a clear goal. You don't like to cut corners, but you like to be very meticulous in your craft. That shows you're pretty dependable in what you do, and whatever your task at hand, you'll work until it's complete. You're pretty handy, and you're versatile. You're able to do lots of different things, and you invest carefully. You're not quick to make a judgment. You like to make sure you know what you're getting before you get it. However, sometimes this can play to a disadvantage, and sometimes you may be too cautious about it. But yeah, that shows me. Yeah, that just apparently you're a little bit of a knight.
Well,
Maybe shining armor.
he like strokes his beard and says that is very good. You can expect some space at the Harvest Festival tomorrow. I'll make sure that the mayor knows that your cart will be there, and I'll even have him introduce himself.
As I said, you make very good choices in what you do.
I didn't quite catch your name other than the sign.
Yes, you can call me Fox, and she'll put her hand out to shake.
It's a pleasure, Miss Fox. Until tomorrow, then.
Until tomorrow, it was a pleasure meeting you.
And Titus makes his way off. All right, and from there, we are going to cut back to Paris's blacksmith shop. Ben, are you here?
I certainly hope so.
All right, so we're on Yonder Hill in Paris's blacksmith shop. Can you please describe your character for us?
Yeah, so Scratch is about just shy of 6 feet tall, very heavily built, broad shoulders, barrel chest, and he constantly wears like a bandana across his face, just poking out around his eyes. You can see some scarring, and he's just kind of a deliberate, slow moving. He wears like a leather vest that has some, rivets in it. It's almost like a suit of armor. And you typically will find him anytime he's not actively working at the forge wearing a big duster coat. But when he's at the forge, he's just got an apron on, a big leather apron to protect himself from the forge fires. But he never does take the armor off.
And as Scratch is kind of finishing up, like what he was working on for that day, Paris comes over, and I just realized I have his token name spelled wrong. Might help if his name was correct on there. Paris comes over to you, and he says, "That's good work. That's good work. You put in any more thought into the conversation we had about maybe participating in the farriers competition tomorrow?"
Well, I've thought about it, but I just don't know that it's for me.
Come on, Scratch. You're better than any other apprentice in this whole area. You could win it, no sweat.
Well, if you really think I should, I guess I can.
You're special. Like, I've never seen somebody work metal the way you do. Hell, I'll say it, you're better than I am, I think. Maybe
Oh,
not as
that's-
fast, but, you're good.
Well, I just like the way the metal works. I like making stuff. It's better than what I used to do. That's for sure.
What'd you used to do?
I was a soldier.
Yeah, one of these days you're going to have to actually tell me, but I'll let it go. Scratch, you've met Paris before. It's an interesting, thing that you've come to work for Paris. Paris is from the Federation. He is a former Fed, and he. That he is more along the he's more sympathetic to like the outlaw feds, the ones that want independence here in Elmridge County. But that he's not from the kingdom.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I agreed to work for him. I mean, obviously I needed a job, but Scratch is trying to leave his ties to the kingdom behind, and he doesn't really hold any particular loyalty to them anymore.
Where do you think Scratch lives? Do you think he lives here at the shop with Paris, or do you think he has his own place in town?
I think he's renting just like a room where he'll sleep, but if he's not at the forge, more often than not, he's at Fox's cart.
Okay. So yeah, you and Paris, continue talking for a little bit, and there's a knock at the door, and Paris goes to answer the door, and and standing at the door. Oh, I don't need Mr. Sir. Oh yeah, I do. You see, coming back to pick up their order, a little later than they had promised to be there, is Mr. Sir and his bodyguard. Mr. Sir had put in a kind of custom order, and you just recently finished it. So he had requested a cigar holder for his left hand, where that he is missing his thumb and his pointer finger, and so you fashioned a kind of like metal, like glove that he could put on that has a little like thumb almost that is a cigar holder. And so they come. Paris like brings them into the shop, and Mr. Sir walks over to you and he says, "So, Paris's apprentice, what do you got for me?"
Well, sir,
It's
I've made
Mr. Sir.
My apologies, Mr. Sir. I've made this for you. I think it'll do what you need it to do.
Okay, let's try it on. And he like holds out his hand, and you like fashion it like around his hand, and he takes his cigar, sticks it in there. Ooh, all right, I like that. Okay, you've earned a spot. Not bad. What would you say your name was?
Folks call me Scratch, Mr. Sir.
You got a real name, Scratch?
It's Ezekiel Jones.
What brings you out to Amarillo?
Just looking to make a new life for myself, Mr. Sir.
Aren't we all looking for a new start out west? You look like you're from the kingdom. You belong to one of the dragon marked houses?
Well, I grew up around House Deneth, sir.
A soldier, eh?
Former soldier, yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Sir.
Okay. Oh, good to see nice, upstanding folks out in East Town. I'm a member of House Orion myself. Well, you stick around more, and I might just have to steal him from you, Paris. Take him out to Iron Wheel myself. And you can tell, like, Paris does not like this guy. And he kind of turns and he says, "That's up to him, Mr. Sir." And he's just kind of like, cleaning up. He's got his rag out. He's just cleaning up the shop, trying to not pay, Mr. Sir too much mind. And he turns and he says, "You gonna be in the farrier competition tomorrow?"
Well, Mr. Sir, Mr. Paris thinks I should, so I reckon I might.
Tell you what, you win that competition, I'll offer you a job.
That's most kind of you, Mr. Sir. Thank you for that.
That doesn't sound like a yes.
Well, I don't know that I'll win, Mr. Sir. And
Not with that attitude, you won't. Anyways, he like just slaps you on the back. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for the holder. I like it.
I'm glad you like it, Mr. Sir. Thank you for your business.
He turns Paris, and Paris gives him a nod, Mr. Sir, and he walks out. So that brings us to the next day, and it is the Harvest Festival. So let me take everyone over to there, and I need to grab Amanda's cart really quick. All right, so let's see. We'll put Amanda's cart over here. There we go. Jinx hanging out over there. So Yeah, so we arrive at the day of the Harvest Festival. There is all sorts of frivolity and fun happening. There's all sorts of competitions here at the fairgrounds. They have the rodeo set up. There is our competitions for produce and for livestock, and you see that there is the various blacksmith shops setting up for the farrier competition. There's going to be a pie eating contest. There's the shooting range and a shooting contest that's going to happen. Fox's Fortunes is offering fortune telling. You can also see at various places there's gambling, poker being played, dice, other things like that. There are like people doing like foot races and other things like that, and even a station for like bobbing for apples. Um, but Scratch, you're let's see, I'm gonna put you over here. You show up with Paris and kind of set up a tent for his shop and other things like that. Uh, Rebecca and Roger, I'm going to put the two of you up here coming in from the theater. And Blythe and Valron, you can go ahead and place your tokens wherever you think you would be hanging out here at the festival. But we're going to start with Rebecca and Roger. You woke up in the morning and got ready and left the Soul Theater and made your way out to the Harvest Festival. Where would you like to start?
Well, Robert, we're here at the festival. I don't think I've ever been. Well, I might have been to a festival before, but I don't, I don't remember. So, have you ever been to one of these before? Like, what are the first things you got to do? Because, I have an interest in fortune telling. Maybe they'll tell me my future, maybe my past. But then again, I do smell those sweet potato pies. But then again, I kind of want to look at some corn because, corn's pretty cool to look at. And I'm just really I'm going to have a really good time today. And you also haven't been talking a lot, and I feel like I'm talking to myself, and then I get really nervous, and then I keep talking to myself because I keep talking specifically because I don't like the silence of it all.
Lucas?
Are you muted?
I mean, I could keep talking, maybe like that, like.
Getting a Blanche vibe? No, I'm not getting a Blanche vibe.
No,
Becca's so
good
much
God,
more
no.
wholesome than Blanche.
Very wholesome. God, oh.
Lucas?
Was he BRB?
Did he say BRB? I didn't see a
I
message
didn't see a
from him.
BRB.
Buddy system a go.
He was like an emergency BRB.
Maybe.
I meant more of our Blanche, not this Blanche. It's just I typed in Blanche and that came up.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Golden Girls Blanche. Okay.
Okay. I was like, I'm not getting those vibes, but no, I can see that kind of Blanche for sure.
I'm getting more of a Rose vibe from her.
Yay.
Well, I guess you're just dragging Roger along with you. Where would you like to go?
Robert. Robert. She would like to drag Robert over to like the fortune telling things, and as she's going to keep talking to him, and she's going to occasionally make sure that her mask is on. She's going to kind of link her arms with his, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, kind of almost.
Yeah, like you're literally skipping over there.
Yes.
He's the man and you're Dorothy.
Yes.
So Fox, as you're kind of getting set up and opening your doors, you see two humans approaching your cart.
Oh no.
And
I
before,
recognize Roger,
you know,
right?
well, you recognize both of them, and with that, we're actually going to flash back to a moment shortly after and and Scratch departed from the city. You encountered along the road a girl that was walking just by herself through the desert. You when you found her, she was uh, her face had been freshly, I guess, for lack of a better term, mutilated, and she seemed to be like wandering aimlessly. Like she didn't know where she was going. She didn't know where she was. And so the two of you are, just click clacking along, and you see this person walking along the side of the road.
She's gonna kind of like nudge Scratch because Scratch would have been with her. And then she's gonna. I like to imagine she has the reins, but like no, there's no horse. She's gonna like kind of stop her wagon and call out, "Hey, hey there, ma'am, miss, you okay?"
Woke up. I mean, I would, I think, I don't really know. I, I'm, I'm really tired right now. I don't really know where I am. Where, where exactly, where exactly am I right now? I came from, I came from a ranch and I don't know where I am. Uh,
Right now, you're on the road towards Amarillo.
oh,
Um,
that's nice.
Real quick, I'd like to do an insight check on her because Fox has been around. She's seen a con or two before of an injured child and people stop and then they get jumped type situation. So
Mhm.
she'd like to do an insight check to see if this is like you know
Legit, yeah. Go ahead and
oh
roll.
20. I need to take that off again, but
Yeah, this person doesn't seem to be like running a con. Like you're used to con men, and this person seems to be genuinely in distress.
Fox will jump down from her cart, and like as she jumps down, her cart's like her house. She's gonna like grab like a blanket that she was probably using as a seat or something like that, and kind of take it and like wrap it around this person. Kind of like trying to comfort her a little bit. Be like, come, how about you come have a sit in the shade? Maybe the sun has and then she'll kind of take her around to the back and set her inside the wagon to sit down and take a rest. She's going to grab the little water canteen and offer it to her. Maybe just take a minute. I haven't seen any ranches around here recently. I've seen a lot of cactus and shrubs. And you said you came from a ranch, and she's gonna like do a like look around and realize like, is there any signs of anything around here?
The closest ranches were back near Willow Roost, which you passed about a day ago, um, or so, and you're almost to a place called Rag Trail, which is like a small town like along the way to Amarillo. But there might be like a small farm near Rag Trail that she might have come from, but you're not sure.
Okay. Let's get you seated. You seem to be I'm having a hard time.
I don't know where I am right now. I just woke up and I just decided why don't I just keep walking? You know, I came from the ranch called Ashwood. Where I don't know where I am. Do you suppose you have any water on you? I didn't find any supplies in there.
Yeah,
And
she's definitely like, as she seats her into the wagon, she's gonna like hand her a canteen and.
you're really nice right now. I really need that. I really do. I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am.
You know, it's okay. Let's just be real here. We're all just wandering through this world, you know, on our own. So you don't really have to know where you are. You just take a minute, drink some water, take a breath. You know, just don't worry about where you are. You're in safe hands now. She's gonna like elbow scratch, like say something nice.
You'll be fine. Fox, I'm gonna take a look around, just see if anything seems unusual.
Yeah, that'd be smart. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's Scratch. Make me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. Gonna be an 18.
Like you have a pretty decent vantage point, like being up on the cart. Like, and as you stand, you kind of look to see like where this woman came from, and you see that her footsteps just kind of seem to come from off in the desert, and she must have been walking for a while, because you could just see that her footsteps just kind of lead, and you lose sight of them eventually. But she seems to have come from the south of the trail. But you don't see like other people about. Like, you don't think this is like an ambush or anything. It's just a very odd event.
Well, Fox, it looks like she must have come walking up from quite some ways down to the south. I can see her path stretching, well, far back as I can see. Ma'am, how long have you been walking?
I really don't know. My brain's all like fizzled and fuzzled. I think I kept walking for a day and a half. Occasionally, I think I did. I think I might have fainted a couple of times. I'm not too sure. I really don't know where I am right now.
You see she's sunburned. Like, her lips are super dry. She's got like cuts and scrapes all over her.
Jinxie, hand me that little vial over there of those herbs, and she's gonna grab her mortar pestle and gonna like, mash up some herbs, make a little paste, and do you mind? You just seem to have a little bit of I don't want you to get infected, so she's gonna start smearing this green paste that smells of herbs very strongly, like over some cuts and stuff, and she's gonna like go to reach for her face and like take a second and be like,
here, Fox, let me do that. And he takes the mash herbs, and he starts to try to like put on some of her cuts and scrapes, and he uses the opportunity to cast a cure wounds on her.
So as these people are fixing you up, Rebecca, your body physically starts feeling a little bit better. You're still exhausted, and your mind is still very fuzzy, but you feel a little bit better.
Y'all are very nice doing this and everything. I mean, I feel mighty better. Can you direct me to the nearest town? Maybe I can like get some semblance of what the hell is going on. You know, maybe find out
ma'am,
where.
we're making our way towards Amarillo. Fox, I think. I mean, you'll know what to do, but do you think we should take her with us?
I mean, we're definitely gonna be heading through a couple other towns. If you just wanted to come along for the ride, and I'm not gonna leave you out here in the desert to.
Yeah, the next closest town is Rag Trail. You guys were gonna make a stop there just to see if you
Yeah,
can't make some coin on your way.
We'll be, another day or so ride. So if you just want to tag along with us, I've got food, water. Just take a minute to heal yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be the a good situation, a good thing going on. Uh, I probably should have asked this first. Do you know me? Do you recognize me? Do you know where I came from? I should have asked that first, but I was kind of disoriented and I've been walking for a while, but do you know who I am?
Should I know who you are?
Ma'am, I don't believe we've met before. Uh, do you know who you are?
I don't. And okay, that's okay. If I go to the next town, and I mean Armadillo's pretty big, right? Maybe it's like a good trading hub. Maybe someone will have seen me or something.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of faces in the world, so perhaps someone will be able to recognize yours a little bit. I mean, it can't hurt. But let's get you out of this heat and. Here, Jinx, hand me that over there too, and she's gonna get like the pillow situated so she can kind of like rest for a little bit.
Y'all are mighty kind. Thank you. I mean, I think I might have an idea of who I am. I found a gun. I think my name is Rebecca. I don't know my last name, but might as well use Ashwood. So right now, just call me Rebecca Ashwood.
Well, Rebecca Ashwood, it's an interesting time to meet you. You can call me Fox.
And
this is Jinx over here. She's gonna point to the cat.
and people call me Scratch.
Nice to meet you, Pox and Latch. It's very nice to meet you.
She's gonna kind of nod, looking at you. Yeah.
Ma'am, why don't you lay down and try to rest? I think if you lay down in the back of the wagon out of the sun, I imagine you'll be able to sleep.
Yeah.
It'll help you remember exactly,
Fox,
Yeah,
you know that you want to keep her awake for a little bit while you get her hydrated.
Okay.
So you tell Scratch, you go ahead and drive, and I'm gonna wait back here with her until I'm sure she's okay.
How about to get your mind off of some things? I have something that kind of kills a little bit of time, and you can drink as much water as I have. We're on our way to a town. We'll be able to fill up. I mean, it might jog your memory a little bit. It doesn't always work, but I mean, if you're up for taking your mind off of the heat and the desert and the sand for a minute, I've got a little icebreaker game I like to do with people.
Yeah. I think that'd be mighty fun. Maybe getting my mind off of things and I don't.
Okay, yeah. She's gonna like put away the mortal and pestle, like kind of like organize things. Kind of take her time doing it. They're just kind of traveling along dirty road. And you just say you don't remember anything about yourself.
No, I don't. I just remember I woke up in a barn in a ranch, and I can't remember anything past that. I don't know if I had a childhood. I don't even remember what happened a week ago. Everything is just blank.
Good news, I can assure you, probably had a childhood. I mean, you had to have grown somehow. So
I hope
there's
so.
there's hope. Well, here, this is here. If you ever shuffled? You don't know. I'm gonna shuffle these for you, and if you just wanna, here she's gonna like lay them all out, kind of just on the floor in between them. They're just kind of sitting Indian style in the back of the wagon, and she'll just have them all spread out. And she's like, just pick three that seem to pop out to you a little bit. You know, just don't think about anything. Don't think about, you know, anything you're going through right now. Just live in the moment and just see what happens.
I mean, that's not going to be that hard to do. I mean, my mind gets fuzzy. I'll try, and she's going to point to one kind of at the third from the end, one towards the left middle, and one third from the middle.
Okay, awesome. And she's gonna like take the rest of the stack and stack them up and stick them to the side, and then she's gonna take the cards you drew and flip them over in a row of 3 right in front of her. And the first one that she flips over is gonna be the 5 of Pentacles. Yes, Lucas, it's gonna be Pentacles again because apparently we're all very earthly people in this campaign.
I mean, I only said the one time.
Except for Valorant.
There's a lot of other ones, okay? We haven't done Blythe yet. So this card is the 5 of Pentacles, and you know, just well, you know, I said we were gonna get our mind off of things, but apparently, you know, the cards have a little bit of a different plan. Apparently you've been through a little bit of a hard time, and it seems you're letting this time erode your spirit. You really don't have much faith right now that things are gonna get better. You know. So you know, that's in the past though. So you know, right now we can look towards the present. You know, let's just focus on the here and the now, and let's see. And she's gonna flip the card over, and it's gonna be this
really cool. Oh, really quick. I just wanted to let Rachel know what she sees. You see that, like, when Fox is reading the cards, you can see that her eyes change colors, and one of her eyes changes color, and it's the left one, right? It's the same as Jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see her left eye changes to this golden color. The same as her cat that is here on the cart with her.
Nice.
And you see there's this like kind of soft like golden glow coming off of the card that she just showed you.
And then the next card she flips over is going to be the Empress, and you just see this like gorgeous woman sitting on top of this throne. This is good. This is, you know, this shows that there's going to be a time of natural growth. As long as you know, you're going to take proper steps to ensure, you know, this growth. You can't neglect the attention to details at a time like this. You know, I mean, you know, you've been through a lot, so obviously the details are what you're seeking. And there's going to be a lot of good things to come as long as you just take proper care of yourself. And she's gonna like usher the water over to her again. You know, just baby steps at this point, but I promise you the baby steps will lead up to something much better. You know, it's all gonna be, you know, just focus on the here and now, and it will, you know, you might seem like things aren't going okay, but they'll get better. And then the third card she flips over, it's gonna be the Devil, which is flipped upside down. So this is an interesting one because I knew nothing about this character, so I'm like trying to, you know, interpret cards. I'm like, okay, this is interesting, but I like how fitting it's been so far.
That doesn't look too good. I mean.
Well, you know, the thing about the Devil is, you know, people always see it as like a really bad thing, but sometimes it isn't always exactly what it seems. And the fact that this is, you know, something that could come up in your future isn't so much a bad thing. It's just more of a warning that, you know, perhaps you'll face something, a close call of some sorts, and maybe, you know, you'll be tempted to do something. But with it being upside down, it shows that you hold the strength to not do it. Perhaps eliminating something from your life because you know the consequences that will come of it. You know, so maybe here in the future you'll come face to face with, you know, something that could possibly help. But I mean, maybe you decide maybe the past is best left in the past, and maybe you don't need to know exactly what happened. Maybe sometimes it's best to just take your baby steps and move on. Maybe things, and she's gonna kind of like eyeball her face and kind of look at like the really horrendous scratches that have happened to her. Maybe sometimes forgetting is a blessing in disguise, and when you're faced with these answers, maybe it's okay if you don't know them all. I mean, and it could be something completely different. These are just cards, and they're up for interpretation. They don't even, it's just I was trying to make your mind come off of it, but sometimes they just really want to speak their mind, and you don't really have a choice. And she's gonna like kind of take the cards and kind of stack them up, and that wasn't as ice breaking as I was hoping it would be. But I mean, I'm sure you're gonna come out of this like totally fine. It's just sometimes the cards just like to tell you things that could be helpful, and sometimes they just like to have fun. And it just seems like in a serious situation like wandering through the desert, they just felt it important to let you know that you're gonna be okay. There's the challenges aren't over yet, but you're gonna be able to get through this just fine. You just have to take proper care of yourself. Make sure if you wanted to the desert again, just make sure you have water, food, shade. She's gonna like adjust the wagon like a little awkwardly, a little like okay, like we'll make sure the shade's here.
Yeah, and with that, we're gonna cut back to the Harvest Festival, where you see somebody from your recent past and somebody from your distant past. So walking up, you recognize Rebecca Ashwood, and then you also recognize the man. I don't think you ever asked him his name, but the man that was referred to as Howitzer by that you met back in Port Pearl.
Luciano said Grant.
I believe I said Howitzer.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and so
he gave him a hard time about a secret name.
You only knew him as Howitzer, but you recognize this man from Port Pearl.
As Fox sees him approaching, she's gonna like kind of like try and like make her hood go down more, try and like shade her face. She's gonna like turn around and start working on her, like adjusting where her candles are and like her little trinkets and little vials, and just like hoping maybe that he'll just like walk past.
He does not. In fact, they walk right up to your cart.
Wait, I think I remember you from somewhere. Like there's something that reminds me. I'm sorry. I just came over here because fortune tellers and everything, and I need to find out my past. But something about your cart made me really want to draw to you. Like there's something in my brain that's like I know you. What's your name? I'm getting like a strong vibe. Like what's your name?
Pox. I think you called me Pox. I met you in the desert, and she's like actively like trying to shade her face from Roger as she's talking to Rebecca.
Roger. Oh, Robert. This is a woman who helped me out of the desert way back when. I think her name is Pox. I met her. She did some card readings for me. Well, I think she did. I don't remember the specific cards of it though. So that's a bit of a downturn. But her name's Pox. There was someone else with you. Did he come to town with you? I don't really remember most of the time. I think I got sick once or twice in your cart, and I'm sorry about that. I wish I could
you
take
were
it back.
you were really going through a lot. She's like just like really trying to keep Robert out of the Roger.
because Rebecca was so sick, you did end up leaving her in Rag Trail.
Rag Trail.
Yeah, you guys did end up like parting ways with her like in the next town, but here she is. Yeah.
Oh wow. You made it all the way here.
Rebecca is dragging Roger with her because she's still linking arms with him, and just trying to get as close to you as possible. There is no personal space with this one. yeah, like I did make my way over here. I had to pay a couple of wagons, but they kind of only got me halfway because then they thought, I was an easy mark. I don't know what mark is. My name's not Mark. And then they left me in the desert. Then I got picked up by like another couple, and then they didn't like my face, so then they kind of dropped me off a few miles back. But I got here. I'm here. I'm happy right now. I've gone through a couple of jobs, but like, have you met Robert? I mean, have you just come into town right now? Like, how are you liking the
Um,
Harvest Festival?
this is my first festival. It's been really great. I've been here for some time for sure, and I just I think um, Lucas, if you're muted and just not saying anything.
I
You're
am
just
just
playing
observing at the
around.
moment.
Okay,
What?
cool. No, it's
Bring it.
fine.
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to slip up.
It's just yeah. I'm just really happy to see you are so happy, and I'm just really it just brings me so much joy that these that you took the baby steps to nurture yourself, and that things seem to be really looking up. Have you had any and she's gonna like turn her body for Roger, like standing in between her and um, looking away from, so he just sees her back, and then have you had any luck with the remembering of things, or have you just chosen maybe it's not for you? Just I mean, what made you come here? Like in Amarillo, what are the chances?
Well, the thing is about Amarillo is that I was at Watertown over there, and then people would just kind of like scream whenever I was around, and so that was a huge like small little thing. And also Armadillo over here is pretty big, and I thought it's a really big central hub, and I thought why not here? But like to my whole memory thing, I haven't found anything. I mean, when I was at Watertown, I would ask people, and they say, "Well, I think I remember you if you give me like $1." So I gave them $1, and they say, "Yeah, I remember your ugly mug. I met you a minute ago." And then I ended up getting pretty poor there too, because I kept giving dollars to people. And in Armadillo, people are really nice. I've only given $10 to people, and of course they said the same thing, and I think I burned down a couple of buildings. But I'm doing just fine, except I still don't know who I am. But I'm taking what you call baby steps, which I think that's what I mean. I take pretty large steps, so I think that's what you're referring to. But yeah, I've been taking steps.
That's just really really great to hear, and it's just really good to see you again. I mean, I'd hate for you to miss any of the festivals, so I mean, don't let me hold you up over here. I mean, there's so much to see in over there. She's gonna like point to the whole festival.
Well, I came in this area because I heard that there was a fortune teller, and I didn't realize it was you. Do you want to join us walking around like me and Mr. Roberts over here are just wandering around the festival? And maybe, maybe the fortunes changed, and maybe the mysticism has, like evolved.
Well, I just didn't want to leave my cart unattended. And then she's like come to the realization that he probably recognizes the cart, and she's like,
yeah.
"Oh no, the cart. I didn't want to." And she's just gonna kind of stay silent for a minute and like shuffle.
Had she had her back to us this whole time?
She's
you.
So
To
Roger,
you.
what you see is like this person is like she's like pulling her hood over like near her face, and like she's
That's really
clearly
shady.
like turned towards Rebecca and away from you, and this person does not want you to see their face.
Oh no, am I making you uncomfortable with my face?
Make me an intelligence check for the cart, because that was just a random day in the city for you.
Wow, really good. +2, 19.
Oh no.
You remember the day that you came out of the Midnight Star bar and Mr. Luciano called you over to this strange looking cart, and this person read your fortune, and you remember her eye changing colors and the cards glowing, and you remember very
Told you
vivid.
that you were gonna lose someone in your life.
You remember very vividly an upside down Nine of Pentacles, an upside down Ten of Cups, and a Seven of Pentacles.
Yeah. So as we were walking up to the cart, Roger has normally soft eyes. He's not he doesn't have a resting aggressive look on his face. But as soon as he recognized the cart, his eyes immediately dilated and they look like pure rage in his eyes. Just intense focus, and he's watching everything that Fox does.
Yeah, Fox, when you're like stealing glances at this guy, like there's recognition.
Oh no, am I making you upset? I thought that I had my mask on correctly. Am I just making you upset? Because I know that I come on a little bit too strong, but it's like very friendly.
You're all fine, Rebecca. Don't worry. It has nothing to do with you.
Okay, looking at this festival, would I know where the what is it called, the farers competition would be held?
Yeah, it is literally right. Like Scratch is right next to you. Like he is right down here.
She's gonna like kind of take a that's like in the direction of him. She's gonna like she's gonna like just remember the pathway and keep that in mind and think about darting. She doesn't want to look in the direction that Roger's standing. No, you're not making me uncomfortable at all. I just realized there's something I forgot, and I don't want you to be, you guys go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna I'm gonna have to I'll catch up with you. Okay? Yeah, it's so good to see you. It's amazing that you're doing so well. And she's gonna like turn counterclockwise and like walk in this direction, back facing Roger. And like try and like make her way around Arrow.
I grab Rebecca's arm and I gently rehook our arms together and start leading her in another direction. I say, "Come, Rebecca. This person likes to wish death upon those that are close to you. We shouldn't get too close to that one."
Well, I mean, she seemed like a wonderful person when she picked me up. She read my fortune. I don't remember what it was, but I thought I wasn't coming on too strong to her because I know what Miss Telma has said and several people have said to me is that I come a little bit too strong, but I try my absolute best.
You're not stronger than the whiskey, so I think you're doing just fine. I think we should go find ourselves a nice sweet treat. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds mighty fine. Yeah.
All right, and we're gonna cut away from the two of you over to Blythe, who is admiring the livestock. And Blythe, you hear a familiar voice of the mayor coming up behind you. Mayor Longhorn Jack approaches you and puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, young man, good to see you."
Blythe, he startles a little bit. He's not really paying attention to much. Well, he's paying too much attention, I guess. I didn't notice him come up behind him. Oh yes. Hello, sir. Happy to see you again.
Please call me Jack.
Jack, then.
I think I saw the hearts over by the shooting range. I think young Pearl is in the competition. You ready to go and meet them?
Oh yes, of course. Let's get on over there.
What about that cow? Well, if you had to say, would you give it a blue ribbon? What do you think?
I wouldn't say that I'm very I guess, qualified to judge cattle. That was more my pa's thing.
Oh, come on. What do you think? If you had to pick between that one and that one, which one gets the blue ribbon? And he like just kind of points at the cows in the various stalls.
I don't know, is there any like visible difference? Can I make like a nature check or something?
Yeah, go ahead. You could do nature or animal handling, whichever one's better for you.
I'll do nature. 24?
24. You could tell that like the cow that you were admiring here is definitely like the healthier of the two, seems to be bigger. Just has like just the better like attributes of a cow. Like you're bluffing. You know exactly what like makes a good cow. Like your dad taught you everything about like the steers and the cattle and other stuff like that.
Yeah, he's gonna point to the one that he's admiring right here. He's like, well, this one right here is better fed. You're gonna get more meat from it than any of the other ones. Is a little bit bigger, more sturdy.
Good job. You do have a keen eye. Come on. And he like just kind of like you can't really resist him. He like puts his arm around you and it's just like dragging you along with him. And he leads you over to the shooting range. As you are approaching, you can see there's various people lined up, taking shots at these targets off in the distance. And you see there is a young woman about your age that is has her rifle and is lining up shots to take. And standing behind her is Valorant, this bluish gray skinned tiefling. And Longhorn Jack kind of walks up and says, "Hey Pearl, your folks around?" And my roll 20 is lagging. Hold on one second. Did Pearl's picture show up for anybody?
Yes.
Twice.
Yes,
Oh.
twice.
Okay. Wow, there it goes. Wow. All right. I'm glad it's working. It's not working for me.
Not working.
Yeah. She says, I don't they're around somewhere. But she seems very focused on the competition. But so Longhorn Jack comes up to you, Valorant, and you've met the mayor before. You haven't had like extensive conversations with him, but he's a good man. The Hearts seem to be very big fans of his. They voted for him multiple times.
Mr. Mayor.
Hey, Valorant, good to see you. I just decided Longhorn Jack is All Might. Great. I have one voice.
You're coming to try your hand at the shooting range.
Not
Best
quite.
of luck to you, Mr. Mayor.
Not quite
Might be
anything
hard.
like that. I was never the crack shot. That's my son. But this year is Blythe Langley, new to town, and looking for work as a ranch hand. And I was I'm still under the impression, you're the only ranch hand Mr. Hart's got hired right now, right?
I'm certain he'd be thankful for the opportunity to have another one have my workload.
You know that like Mr. Hart cannot afford another ranch hand. You would be happy to have the help because just with the two of you, it's very difficult, but you guys can't afford it, and you know that.
All right. I can try to put in a good word, but I think Mr. Hart may think we have everything quite covered for the season. But I'll bring up the discussion nevertheless.
Make me a deception check. You see Longhorn, he kind of just like, he just rubs the back of his neck like under his dreads, and he says, I'll tell you what. You let me talk to Mr. Hart about it, but for now, go ahead and take young Blythe here, and Blythe, just know you'll be paid, okay?
You, Mr. Jack.
Just Jack is fine. Uh, um, and he kind of just like shoves you out in front of him towards Valorant.
Obliged, Blythe.
Pleasure, sir.
Friends call me Valorant.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you, Mr. Valrin. Blythe Langley, and he holds his hand out for a handshake.
Shakes your hand. I'm no mister. Tell me, son, you ever shoot a rifle?
Here and there. I wouldn't say I'm proficient in it or anything.
Well, just in case the need arise, there have been the occasional javelina that have made their way onto the farm, the rogue wolf or two. If you wouldn't mind a bit of a demonstration, and he kind of gestures to the shooting range.
Does Blythe have a gun on him?
No, he has nothing on him.
Yeah, Valorant, you do not see a firearm on this young man.
Are you capable of defending yourself?
Oh, very, very much so. Yes.
All right then. I don't take it you've had too much experience working on as a ranch hand.
Well, I've done it my whole life, sir. Helped my pa on our farm.
Well, that's splendid then. I'm sure your pa will be happy to hear that you found some honest work.
Uh,
Yeah,
just-
yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be proud.
Oh man. You see Longhorn Jack kind of snaps his fingers and he says, "Oh, I got it. This is going to solve all my problems." Valorant, I'm going to need you and young Blythe here. I'm going to need you to be judges for the produce and livestock competition. Can you do that for me?
I suppose.
Excellent.
Oh, so.
I'm going to go round up some more judges. I'll be right back. And he leaves the two of you alone. Is there anything you'd like to continue talking about?
You've never judged livestock before, except in passing.
Uh, yeah, I'm sure it'll be interesting. I'm no expert, but I think that he would be able to find like better judge is not saying that you're, not a good judge of things. I mean, I just met you, so I can't really say much at all.
Foot and mouth.
No offense taken, child. I've been from here to the shadows of the War Peak Mountains, and I've slept amongst the roots of the elder woods. I don't suppose there's nothing you could say that would rattle me much.
Has Blythe? I don't think Blythe has ever met a tiefling before.
I don't think so. I mean, he knows Infernal, but I don't know how he knows it.
Druids.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
druids.
definitely could have learned it from one of the other druids, but yeah, you don't. I don't
Yeah.
believe you've ever met a tiefling before.
No, he has never met a tiefling in his life. Rarely ever left his parents' farm, the ranch, except to like maybe help his dad transport goods or something like that.
Yeah, only every once in a while. Okay. Well, we're gonna cut to the mayor, who is intercepting Roger and Rebecca. And he says, "Hey, I recognize you. You're the two that work up there at the Soul Theater for Alma, aren't you?"
Yes, man.
I'm rounding up folks that are new to town to be our judges for our competitions today. It's gonna help you get to know people.
Yeah, but isn't judging a mighty rude thing to do, Mayor Jill?
Well, how else are you gonna give out these pretty blue ribbons? And he like reaches into his jacket and pulls out like a couple of these blue ribbons that say #1 on them.
Rebecca is right. What would we be judging, sir?
Oh, well, we're going to have you judge the produce and the livestock, and we're going to have you judge the farrier competition, and it'll be a blast. I'm not going to take no for an answer. And he kind of just like puts one arm around you, Roger, and one arm around Rebecca. And Roger, you're a tall guy. This guy stands like 6 inches above you and probably...
Oh, yeah, I'm it.
Yeah, and he's probably got like, 50, 60 pounds on you. And as he kind of just puts his arms around your shoulders, he begins like pulling you back towards Fox's cart.
No, Fox is making a difference.
Rebecca, I think that this would be just fine. We're not judging people, we're judging their works. So I think we'll be all right.
Well, I hope so. I don't want to offend anyone here, because, that's a mighty fun.
No,
If anybody has a problem with your judgment, they're going to have to answer to me.
Nonsense. That's the best part about being a judge. No one gets to tell you no. And he drags you back. Fox, you're like kind of packing up the cart, like you're about to leave.
Hurry and get out of here.
And you see that you see the mayor walking up to the cart, dragging Roger and Rebecca along with him. And he is waving, and he's like trying to get your attention. He says, "Hello there, is it Fox?" And he walks up to your cart.
Yeah, hi. I just there was something I left back on Little Hill, and I just had to get back there. So this is just, it's going to be closed for the day. Things just happen. She's like knocking things over in nervousness, seeing that Roger's walking back up to the cart.
He kind of like picks up on your like weirdness, and he's like, well, Titus did tell me that you wanted to meet me, and that you were looking for space at the Harvest Festival. I just I'm looking for people to be judges in our competitions for the day, and I had the brilliant idea of rounding up the new people in town and signing them up to be my judges. So I'm going to need you to come be one of my judges.
If you heard about it being like rude to people, I've been told that it's not rude to judge people's work, so you don't have to worry about that.
She's gonna just kind of nod and look at the size of this mayor guy and just feel incredibly small, and kind of look around and realize she kind of feels a little cornered.
Roger reaches out a hand. Why don't you join us, Fox?
And she's gonna kind of like glare at you a little bit.
You see his eyes are very sharp, looking directly at you.
He just has like the resting bitch face, no expression towards you. She looks to the mayor and says, I guess nothing. I guess it can't be helped. If this is what you want, Mayor, I would be honored to help you. It's a privilege. I'm really happy.
It is. I insist, in fact.
And she's gonna make an obvious gesture to like avoid Roger's hand and go on the opposite side of the mayor.
Ooh. Man, sus over there.
I like the inside Fox.
It's gonna be between you two.
I think everyone's having a great time. I'm not picking up on
She's just living the life right now.
I guess I'm trying to pick up on, is Fox afraid of Roger? Because of something she did?
Make me an insight check.
21.
Sorry, say again.
21, natural 18.
Amanda, what does he sense?
You can sense obviously that there's a lot of unease in her. You don't think she's like you sense she's afraid of you. Like she's super intimidated. She's afraid. She knows that you were introduced to her as Mr. Luciano's man, and that's not someone she's in good terms with. So she thinks that seeing you makes her feel very uncomfortable. She thought she was far away from that life, and here you are just walking up to her. So she's very uncomfortable in this situation. She does not want to be anywhere near you. She's trying to get away from you as quickly as possible.
And the mayor takes you, the three of you, over to the main tent for judging, or where all the produce is laid out and where the livestock is. And Valorant and Blythe, you make your way over there. And Fox, not to be too mess with your brain too much for one day, you see a blast from your super far past. You see that young tiefling boy that grew up in your orphanage walking up with this young human man right up to the mayor.
Frogs, yeah.
And
kind of like Pharaoh. That's what I'm going with, Pharaoh.
And Longhorn Jack, he kind of introduces everyone, and he says, Fox, Rebecca, and Roger, this is Valorant and Blythe. They're going to be our other two judges for the day.
Can I roll a perception check on Ryan's character?
Oh yes, Roger, you can.
Here I am.
This is just an intensely uncomfortable
There's
day.
so many things going through. So as Valorant comes up, with the 19, you'll also recognize Fox takes all of the tension she was feeling towards you, and you see her complete exterior, her posture and everything, her entire aura just changes as she looks towards Valorant, and her mouth is just agape, and she's just staring at him.
Do y'all know each other? If y'all know each other, then do you know who I am? I think I should make some introductions. My name is Rebecca Ashwood. I don't know who I am. This here is Robert. We work together. We're co-workers. This here is Pox. She's a mystic. She can see into the future through some cards. And my name's Rebecca again. Do you know who I am? And I will actually move the max. What?
Go ahead.
No, I didn't hear you. What?
No, I think he was just now that you mentioned it, and then he left it at that.
Wait, what do you mean now that you mention it? Do you know who I am?
Well, I swear I recognize you from around town, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Oh, is this
Last
what you
time,
me asked for
I
money?
think you offered me some coin, and that helped me to remember why we knew each other.
Okay, do you need more of that? I find if I throw more money at people, they usually remember a little bit more. Of course, that's when they start insulting me and, everything. But, do you need more money?
If Rebecca starts reaching for her pouch, Fox is gently going to put her hand on Rebecca's, hand reaching for the pouch, and she'll be like, I've got this one covered. Don't worry about it, Rebecca. And then she's going to turn back to Valorant. Valorant, is that you?
Hey, Pharaoh.
I haven't seen you since Mercy Heart. Is that the name of it?
Been a stretch.
Apparently today is a day of all the universe colliding into one moment.
So you judge produce now.
I judge produce today, and she's going to usher towards the mayor. I didn't have a choice.
Nope. But this is a lovely reunion.
Interesting, to say the least. I did not see this one in the cards. I can say that for sure. As she looks to Valron, to all of the people surrounding her.
Well, do you know this man, this boy? I mean, you seem like a very small child over there. Do you know him? Do we all know him? Do I know him? Do you know me?
I love that. Do you know me?
You mean you haven't heard the tale of Blythe Langley?
No, I haven't.
Do I recognize Blythe?
Nope. Blythe is a stranger.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. I have a stranger. I met a stranger, guys!
Everyone's a stranger to me.
I thought I was your friend, Rebecca.
Sorry, Mr. Robert.
No, I have to say, I have not heard the stories of Blythe what was that?
Langley.
Langley. Yeah, no, I haven't. I've been, cooped up in my. She's gonna stop before she says the word wagon as she looks over to Roger.
I mean, I don't have any tales about. I just came into town yesterday. I'm sure Mr. Valron is just pulling your leg.
He's being modest. He's one of the hardest working ranch hands we have available up at the Hard Ranch.
I have a question. He's pulling my leg. No one's pulling my leg.
Don't see anyone touching you.
I didn't grab your leg. I grabbed your hand to stop you from taking coin out of your pouch.
Okay, well, someone just said that they're pulling my leg. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
Rebecca, that's a figure of speech. It's just a saying.
Okay.
It doesn't actually mean what it means. It means playing with you a little bit.
Okay. Well, you're the hardest working ranch hand. What ranch you from?
I think they said the Heart Ranch.
Oh, do you pull legs there?
I mean, I haven't really started there yet. Hasn't really been talked over.
Really underselling yourself there.
I mean,
yeah, I guess so.
Please do indulge us. It's not like we have. Just tell us a story. Tell us a story of Blythe. So.
Tell you a story about me.
Well, he asked if we've heard the stories, and I haven't. So, I just thought it might be a good story to break the ice. It's what I'm about. Is breaking ice.
Saved my sister from a rattlesnake bite, I guess.
That's really, those things.
I mean, I didn't personally save her. I mean, I took her to safety.
Well, that's a story. Yeah.
Sounds like a hero to me.
Definitely.
Well, now that you're all acquainted, let's get this show on the road. And he pulls out like 5 blue ribbons, hands one to each of you, and says, "In this tent," and he points to this one. You're gonna find the different produce that needs judging. You'll see the pumpkins, corn, potatoes, all those things. And then over in the stalls, you'll see the cattle, chicken, pig, sheep, the other things for the livestock judging. And any questions? Great.
Ah.
And he
Oh.
turns and walks away.
Do you
As he
look at
walks away, I'm gonna like step to like this side away from Roger.
And as the mayor leaves, what do the rest of you, what do you all do?
I want to go look at the corn.
Following Blythe into the tent. Let's look at some pumpkins.
All right. So you all begin your duties as judges. And you see that there are various different, there's like a really, really big pumpkin. There's like, different, like very different produce and, differing states. Some are big, some are small, some are better than others. Who actually has proficiency in nature?
Do.
Uh, if I do a flip, can I be proficient in nature?
So Blythe is the only one that really knows what they're talking about. So Blythe, you're doing a lot of the, kind of like, if you want, I don't know, how you want. Do you explain why certain plants are better than others, or do you just kind of how do you go about judging this competition, Blythe?
Um, honestly, Blythe is trying his best to be as like the least noticeable that he can possibly be. This
Is
kid's
everyone-
he's a fucking nervous wreck right now.
You're having a really hard time with that. There are people with their
Oh yeah,
produce and other things like
a
that.
lot more people than he's been used to for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me again, like, how do I tell the difference between a pumpkin and a squash? Because that's something that I've been reckoning to understand the difference between. Because I know a pumpkin is like blah, but like a squash is blah blah. I'm just very curious to see, and I just want to be able to give the ribbon to someone who has the best squash slash pumpkin. I just don't. I want to make my informed decision. So, Blythe, I think that you just haven't, well, I think what Pox would say, kind of like a vibe around you, that you might have some of these things into you, or maybe, I don't know, but like, what is the best squat? What is the difference between a pumpkin and a squash?
Summer personally does not know, but Google is my friend.
Isn't a pumpkin a squash? Aren't they the
Pumpkin
same
is
thing?
a squash, yeah,
I don't know.
they are.
Just tell her pick the orange one.
Oh, they're all types of squashes.
Yeah,
So
they're
many
all,
kinds of squashes.
I mean, the only like real difference is I don't know. He's gonna spout it because personally I don't know.
It, all pumpkins are squashes, but not all squashes are pumpkins.
The way I was told to remember it is it's still a pumpkin when it's round, and after it's gone beneath the wheels of a wagon, that's when it becomes a squash.
That's very, that is true, but I don't see any of them with a wagon underneath them. Do you think I need to grab a wagon wheel and put one underneath them to really
Well, it
see?
looks like we're judging all pumpkins then.
Oh. Well, which one's a good pumpkin then? I mean, we got one that's orange, but there's another one that's orange. And then there's one that's kind of like yellow but orange. And then there's one that's blood orange. I'm just going to like tear my ribbon and just give it to everyone cuz I don't know which one to choose. So,
Uh, so Rebecca's, kind of tearing up her ribbon and putting them on different pumpkins.
Pieces of all of them.
yeah.
Um, Fox, you kind of go near this like rather large pumpkin near the back of the tent, and you're just kind of examining it. And I need you to make me a perception check, please.
A 5.
5. So you're kind of.
I'm distracted by watching Roger, making sure he's not trying
Oh
to
yeah,
do
just
that.
like this has been the strangest day, and because of that, you don't actually notice at first this pumpkin in front of you. This eye opens up in the
Oh God.
front of the pumpkin, and
Jeez.
the middle of it in a jagged pattern begins separating, and this pumpkin begins
God.
to grow. And I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh God.
And I need everyone to roll initiative as well.
Jesus.
Is that normal?
This is not what pumpkins do. I like to
Oh,
imagine she's gonna like
sorry.
try and take a step back and trip over something and completely just like, I don't even know, fall into like a shelf of other pumpkins and Jesus.
Did it scare you?
Yes. I have all these other things I'm focusing on now. Now I have to worry about pumpkins?
Well, the mayor really didn't want us in the town.
I don't think my character token is connected to my. I guess. Wait, no, I can do it on. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Ooh.
She's just not really there right now, guys.
Oh, I need my dice. One sec.
But my token isn't connected to my Roll20 character sheet, but I'm gonna try and use it.
All right. Where is everyone?
Well, that's an interesting question, because where are we in the universe at any given time?
Right.
I don't know. But at this moment, I don't know.
Roger, did you roll initiative? Is Roger here? Summer, did you roll initiative? Summer, are you here? Okay, Ben?
I said BRB.
Well, welcome back. Go ahead and roll initiative for me, Ben.
I did. It's 21.
21.
In order.
All right.
I'm back. Sorry, my dog was being a shit.
Oh, I
Is he
put you
being a
twice
cat
on there.
again?
No, he was being an asshole.
It's okay.
So Lucas said BRB, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and he didn't roll. Oh no. Oh.
I love sentient pumpkins. Good shit right there.
Yeah? You like that?
Is this because we couldn't figure out like a pumpkin is a squash and it just decided, I need to defend my honor?
That's that you got me. That's exactly what's happening.
It got real offended that we didn't know the
Oh.
difference between it and a fucking squash.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and roll Roger's initiative for him.
Who's Roger?
Robert. Sorry.
Ah, yeah.
The artist formerly known as Roger. I believe I have his character sheet. Where did I put all? There they are. Here it is.
I'm having a ton of fun.
He has a +3. I rolled a 5. That's a total of 8 for Roger. Damn it, Roger! Roll initiative.
I didn't roll an 8.
No. I was rolling for you.
19.
That's better than 8.
All right, what did I miss? I had to get whiskey, and we're figuring out vacation plans. What's up?
Amanda, you want to tell him what's up?
She just stepped away.
Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh monster? The
There's
King
a
of Pumpkins?
There's a pumpkin.
It happens to be.
It's now eating Fox.
Oh no!
So, Fox, why don't you let everyone know what was happening while they stepped away?
So Fox is, obviously trying to stay on the opposite end of Roger. She's a little intrigued by seeing Valron again. She's like kind of looking at these pumpkins, just like she'll like touch one, like like when you're like walking through a store, you're like, oh, stuff, and like look at a tomato, you're like, whatever, I don't want that one.
Yeah, you pick something up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she like walks by and she kind of like does a double take as this pumpkin is all of a sudden looking at her with an eyeball, and she goes to take like a step back, and one of its vines like rips out and like I guess swats at her or something, because she definitely failed that dexterity save.
Yeah, well, you are knocked prone as this pumpkin it enlarges and grows and grows and grows, and she'll
let out a shriek as she this happens.
And this like kind of like rips the top of this tent off, and it's like vines begin just flinging the canvas away as this pumpkin monster emerges before you. Scratch, you hear like you're just kind of pounding away at your forge, and you hear this commotion off in the distance, and you can make me a perception check.
Okay, perception check. It's gonna be a 21.
21. You see Fox is standing right next to this creature, this thing that has emerged in the middle of the fairgrounds.
So I can actually see the creature and Fox?
Yes, you can, because the creature is standing about 10 feet tall, and Fox is on the ground right next to it.
Is this like a true tent, or is this like a judging table, like it's big bingo tables?
Sorry, ask that one more time.
Is this an actual tent that we're going into, or is it just like a table of stuff we have to judge, like an outdoor thing?
It was like a canvas tent, and it like grew bigger than the tent, and then like flung it off itself.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's more like an awning, not like a four-sided tent. It's just covering from the sun, so you can see through, kind of thing.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, like a pop-up kind of a thing.
Okay, pop-up tent. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Scratch, what would you like to do?
Well, in that case, seeing that Fox is in danger, Scratch is going to drop what he's got, and he always takes his rifle with him. So he pops that bad boy out and takes a shot at the creature.
All right. Yeah, make me an attack roll.
All right. +6. How about an 8?
That's going to miss. As you fire off this shot, people begin like scattering and like running away. Like the second like gunshots start going off, like people are running for cover. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Oh yeah, I'm moving in closer. And that's my turn.
All right. On the initiative count 20, you watch as this pumpkin of 5 of these like vines that are coming out of its base shoot into various produce near you, and the 5 like touched vegetables, so there's like a piece of corn and another like little pumpkin and
squash.
A few potatoes and a squash, and the 5 of these plants animate into little tiny creatures that I just realized I didn't have a token for.
He awakened veggies.
It's the Veggie Tales.
Looks like we got our top contenders.
Oh god, there's a leak in the boat. There's a leak in the boat.
But while I'm looking for tokens, Ryan, what would you like to do?
All right, Valorant is going to go stepping up into this pumpkin monster's viney, fanged face thing where its eyeballs opening up and just going dagger, dagger, dagger.
Okay, I'm not using squash, and I'm going to tell you why.
Because
Eggplant.
squash are pumpkins.
No, because they look like penises.
Oh, okay.
You want to see what this squash looks like?
Is it?
Yeah. No, now you gotta have. The
I'm
squash.
gonna do it. I put it out there. I gotta do it. Here's cabbage.
Oh, don't put the squash into the oranges.
So there's a tomato, carrots. There's various animated vegetables.
Wait, are they all alive?
Five
Yeah,
of them
he
are.
turned them alive with his vines.
What Bible verses are they singing about?
No, these are actually pirate vegetables, and they don't do anything.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good one too.
Valorant, it is your turn.
So Valorant's taking a couple of quick slices at the pumpkin monster thing closest to him, and rolls a critical hit, and an 8, I assume, is gonna miss.
The 8 does miss, but your dagger does sink into the pumpkin.
For 8 piercing.
All right, 8.
That'll be my first turn.
Okay, Roger.
Oh, Roger. I rolled a roll when Fox screamed, and it reminded me of Susan. So he's going to run up, clear-headed, jack up his fist, and just start wailing on this guy.
All right, swing away.
I will do a flurry of blows as well.
Oh wait, where did you move from? You were behind Rebecca, right?
I was behind Rebecca.
Okay,
yeah,
you're good.
So I moved through everyone else.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, so 3 attacks at this guy.
Oh wait, sorry. Nick needs to remember his fucking monster. When Valron crits, I need everybody to roll a Constitution saving throw as this pumpkin emits this like wailing scream. Ah!
Oh, yay!
15 con for Roger.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Anybody a level 3 paladin?
Oh wait, sorry. Scratch, you're actually outside of the radius.
Scratch that.
Rebecca,
That's,
you
2
save.
crits, by the way.
Valorant, you save. Blythe, you fail. Fox, you save. Roger, what'd you get?
15.
15, you save. So Blythe, you are deafened for 1 round.
Alrighty.
Now may I proceed to punch?
Now you may proceed to punching.
Ooh. I got a 19 on my primary hit, 19 on the die, so that is a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
First flurry of blows is going to be an 18.
18 damage?
No.
Oh,
I'm
18 to
rolling
hit.
all my hits.
Got you. Yes, 18 hits.
All right, so my second one hits as well. That's a 16 on the die. So that's 3 hits. So that's 3d8 plus a shit ton of damage. And I'm going to extract aspects because I flurried the blows on him.
Is there a DC on that, or you just get to pick
No,
something?
if I hit with one of my flurry of blows, I get.
Got it. Well,
2
roll your damage first.
Hold on, my thing's being shipped. All right, plus 3 to each of these. All right, so that is a plus 9, so it's gonna be to 14, 23 points of damage.
All right, and what would you like to learn about it?
Well, let me tell you.
You get to choose one aspect, right?
I've tried to find it.
I'm pretty sure
let's
that's how
see.
it works.
Whenever you hit a creature with one of your attacks earned by further blows, you mark as analyzed. Whenever an analyzed creature. In addition, you learn the following attributes. It doesn't say pick one. I learn them. I know vulnerabilities, resistances, immunities, and condition immunities. I learn all 4 of those.
Oh, okay. This pumpkin is resistant to cold and fire, and it is immune to lightning, and it cannot be blinded, deafened, or exhausted.
All right, I call that out. I understand you're resistant to cold and fire. Well, how about my fist?
And
Did
you,
his voice change?
his voice did change a little bit.
It did change.
Uh,
Combat focus.
it is the vegetables' turn. So Fox, you are prone. So this pumpkin
Yeah.
is going to take a little slam attack at you. That's going to be a 13 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, and you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage. This cabbage is going to swing at you with a slam attack as these these arms seem to grow out of this cabbage of these cabbage arms as it slams into you. That's gonna hit.
It's like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
It's a 22 to hit.
I know, I was just wondering, can I use Portent to change that?
Sure. What would you like to make it?
An 8.
An 8. So does an 11 hit you?
That will not hit.
All right, so you avoid that one. Rebecca,
You avoid cabbage.
That's not,
Yeah.
you're being
Stay back,
attacked by a
Travis,
squash.
that's not in the cards.
I believe a 6 is going to miss, correct?
Yes.
All right. This tomato. Oh, these things only have 20.
Did you
feet.
think you'd be saying that, Nick? This tomato is going to attack someone?
Yes, I designed this fight. Rebecca, you're being flanked by vegetables as this tomato strikes out. That's an 18 to hit you.
Yes. I only have.
And you're going to take 4 points of piercing damage.
Oh, okay. That's.
And
okay.
this carrot's going to move in to attack Fox, who's still on the ground.
No!
That's an 18 to hit you, Fox.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
You take 2 points of piercing damage. That is the vegetable's turn. Rebecca,
Beat by veggie.
it is your turn.
Okay, well, she's pretty sure that this isn't supposed to happen. So she'll attack the tomato because that was just really mean for what they did. So she's going to take out a revolver, very kind of steady, and try to hit this tomato.
16 is going to hit the tomato.
Okay.
You do, however, have disadvantage because you are using a firearm at close range. So I'm going to need you to roll that one more time.
Well, can I just? Okay, that's fair.
What?
No, that's
7 is going to miss, however. Oh, you did unarmed strike. Sorry.
yes.
21. 21, so the 16 hits. All right, perfect. 12 damage. You explode this tomato. You watch as Rebecca pulls out this revolver and just unloads a shot into this tomato, and its juicy contents are exploded everywhere. Anything else you'd like to do?
Is this supposed? This isn't supposed to happen, right? This is not going according to plan, right? And she'll end her turn.
Okay. That brings us to Blythe.
Righty. Blythe is gonna come on over here and then up to flank this squash. Never thought I'd say that I did have one of my characters flank a squash.
Two girls, one squash. Oh wait, no, you're
Get out!
God.
Get out!
He is 15.
God, he is a child.
And
I forgot.
then
I'm sorry.
he's gonna look at Rebecca, and he's gonna say, "I'm terribly sorry for this. Brace yourself." And he's gonna hit it with thunderclap.
Okay.
Let me roll that, and he just needs to make a Constitution save.
All right.
Squash
The
has to
squash
make a
makes a
con.
con save. It got a 17.
Yeah, that succeeds.
So it takes no damage, and
And Rebecca needs to make a no. She's
no, it's
fine.
only 5
No,
feet.
only
You're good.
50.
That's right.
What does it look
Thunder
like
wave.
as
She
Blythe
would have been screwed.
uses magic very openly here in the
He
market?
panicked.
What does Blythe's magic look like?
I don't know if you could really visualize thunder. No, I guess you can. His fist kind of I guess is kind of crackling with lightning as he kind of tries to hit this thing.
And there's
And it's just a deafening boom
yeah, and
that just kind of originates from him.
and it doesn't bother Blythe because he's already deafened for this turn, so
It wouldn't affect him anyways.
yeah. Fox, it is your turn. You are
Okay,
on the
Fox?
ground and being assaulted by vegetables.
Never thought we'd hear that sentence.
Yeah, that's not fun. Fox would like to stand up, if at all possible.
Yeah.
And then she's going to look to Valron and say, it'd be a shame after all these years if we were to just die without having a proper conversation. And she would like to do Bardic Inspiration on him.
Yeah, you can use your bonus action to inspire Valorant.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
So he gets a D6. Let's see, it's a bonus action. And then my action, I'd like to cast Mage Armor on myself.
You can absolutely do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Did you multi-class Bard Wizard?
Maybe.
Anything else you'd like to do?
That's fun. Moving away would do attacks of opportunity from all these guys, right?
From 4 things,
You can-
correct.
Have you used your action yet?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
just cast
I
Mage
just
Armor
cast-
on herself.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stay here, in the middle of the vegetables, and just see how that goes with my Mage Armor.
All right, it is the Fey Cursed Pumpkin's turn. So the pumpkin is going to lash out at Roger first. So Roger, this is a 16 to hit you.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay. Wow, my eyes are not working. Nope, there's only one of these for some reason. Okay. That is. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as one of these vines from this pumpkin smashes into you. And it's going to try to slam you again. That's a dirty 20.
All right.
And you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as
I'm unconscious and dying.
these vines grab
Oh God!
Roger and shove him into the pumpkin's mouth. And you are currently being engulfed.
All right. Let me start making up a new character.
Not a great place to be.
And and the pumpkin with its bonus action is going to reach out a vine and animate another nearby vegetable. I'm gonna put
It's
this
corn.
It had to be corn.
Damn it.
Scratch, you just witness this pumpkin smash into this human that was like punching it and then shove it into its mouth.
Okay. Well, do I know Roger yet?
I don't think so.
Not if they just came into town too long ago.
Okay. Well, that makes this pretty easy then. I'm going to step up to there, and seeing that Fox is surrounded by all these things, I'm casting Sanctuary on her.
All right, very good. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I can do. So that's my move and my action.
All right. Valorant, it is your turn.
All right, so Valorant is going to look this thing in its eye, seeing it hold Roger into its mouth. He's going to focus on it and try to find some sort of weak point. So he's going to cast Hex on it as his eyes turn just like a smoky black as he focuses and swings his dagger out again. 17 to hit.
17 hits. Roll some damage. And roll your hex damage.
So 4 piercing, 6 necrotic.
So 10 total.
10 total.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and action surge
All right.
to go for one more strike on it.
Go for it.
23 to hit
23 hits.
for 6 piercing. And 1 hex damage.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
That'll be my turn.
All right. Roger, I need you to make me a death saving throw, please.
Natural 20.
Roger,
100%.
you come to consciousness. It is black. It is dark, and you cannot move. You are restrained.
All right. So I have 1 hit point.
Yeah, you have 1 hit point. You're currently being engulfed, so you're blinded and restrained, and you're technically unable to breathe. So you he knocks you kind of knocks you out. Like you've taken a punch in a fight, but you've got knocked out before, right? So you got knocked out, and you kind of came to, but you're like having a hard time breathing, like as you come to.
Yeah. I start choking on pumpkin guts.
Yeah.
So let's see. The creature attack rolls has. I'm just gonna start swinging.
Okay, you have disadvantage, but you can swing away.
All right, that's a dirty 20.
That hits. That's with disadvantage.
Yeah, I rolled a 15 and a 19.
Nice.
Natural 1 on my bonus action attack. I'm gonna flurry of blows because I'm gonna try to impale this pumpkin.
You might as well.
And third attack, 18.
18 hits. So
all right,
roll your damage.
2d8 plus 6 points of damage. All right, that is going to be 17 points of bludgeoning damage as I punch this pumpkin.
All right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And with that, you do. What's your Constitution?
14.
14. All right. So you lose that bit of. Is it half when you're fighting? For holding your breath?
I don't think there's a specific rule for that, but I think you lose a round per, or you lose.
I'll say we'll just say a round per attack. So you lose 3 rounds on the holding your breath. So
yeah. So I've got like 2.5 more rounds to go.
Yeah. Okay. That is the end of Roger's turn. It is the vegetable's turn. This pumpkin doesn't know what sanctuary is, so they're going to try to make a wisdom save. That's a 2. So that pumpkin is going to move over here and attack Blythe. Blythe, I believe a 9 misses you, correct?
Yeah, that misses.
All right. This carrot is going to make a wisdom save.
Does that pumpkin provoke an attack of opportunity from Fox?
Yes, but that will break the sanctuary. Does Fox want to attack?
I don't think Fox has a weapon out, right?
No.
She doesn't. No, she won't attack. She's not gonna break that sanctuary.
Okay.
She's not.
The carrot does not make that, so the carrot's going to attack Blythe. Blythe does a 15 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. You take 3 points of piercing damage as this carrot stabs itself into you. The corn is going to move over here and attack Rebecca.
What have I done to corn before?
Rebecca does a 17 hit you.
Let me check. Yes.
You take 3 points of piercing damage as
Nice.
these kernels begin pelting into you.
I'm hurting.
The cabbage is going to make a wisdom save. Does 13 pass, Ben?
Beats it.
Okay, so this attack's going at Fox. Fox,
Nice.
that's a 14.
I misses because I have a major armor.
All right. I believe that
And
was
sanctuary.
cabbage
I don't know.
pumpkin. It made the wisdom save on the sanctuary.
Okay.
Yeah. I rolled it, I promise.
Okay, cool.
And that is their turn. Rebecca, it is your turn.
Okay. My actions are severely limited right now. I did not expect to be beaten up by some corn today. I want to attack the corn with a dagger. I think I have. I have a dagger. Great news. I
Yeah.
have a dagger.
Swing,
Okay, I'm
swing
going to-
away.
I'm going to stab. I'm going to stab it.
25 hits
Hell fucking yeah.
and kills it. As
Hooray, I
you
have-
cut this corn in half.
Fruit ninja, right? I would also like to use my bonus action because I only have 3 points of HP left. And I would like to do second wind.
All right, and you regain 6 hit points. You're still level 1, right?
Yes, I am.
I forgot about that. Oh my god. Okay.
Wait, why? Why?
Because I hate myself.
You don't know.
Personal choice.
Well, that personal choice is going to get me killed, Rachel.
I'm
You've
sorry.
done that yourself.
I was trying to. No.
All right. So that is the end of Rebecca's turn, right?
Yes.
All right. Blythe, it is your turn.
Okay.
There are vegetables.
Blythe is there are indeed vegetables. Blythe
Well,
is just gonna
actually-
take.
The corn was a starch and the tomato was a fruit, but yes.
There's
Blythe is
produce.
gonna
There's a
take
vegetable,
in.
2 vegetables directly across from Blythe if you want to take one of them out.
Mhm.
Yep, that's what I'm trying to do.
If you let her talk.
They're only a level 1 fighter. You can take them out.
Blythe is gonna take an unarmed strike at the squash in between him and Rebecca.
Okay,
So
you
that
have
will
advantage.
be with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 13 hit?
A 13 does hit.
For 4 damage.
4 is what you need. That squash is squashed.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? As you're
No.
hearing the ringing from that pumpkin seems to finally go away, and you can hear things again. And you can hear these little vegetables.
No, that's it for Blythe.
Fox.
If I might ask a question, Nick, is her bludgeoning damage coming in right?
She has a 4 strength, so yeah, right?
Oh, is that what the? It just said rolling 4. I wasn't sure if that was just.
You have a
strength.
+4 on your strength, right?
I have a +3.
+3. Oh, it's 1 + 3. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 1 plus my
Okay,
strength
I
modifier.
wasn't sure if it was pulling the math right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Curious.
it's all good.
Blythe punches pretty hard.
Obviously harder than a champion boxer.
You've done upwards of 40 points of damage. Shut the fuck
You
up.
did a lot of damage.
I'm just saying, Blythe has got a mean right hook.
Fox, what would you
I'm
like
impressed.
to do?
Fox is going to look to this little pumpkin monster, and she's going to say, "You would have never won the blue ribbon anyways. You are a hideous pumpkin." And she's going to cast Vicious Mockery on it.
All right, wisdom save. Oh, I think that's gonna fail. Yeah. Yeah. That's a 7.
Takes 4 psychic damage.
Anything else you'd like to do as the sanctuary drops from you?
Shit. That's what I'm on. Is it? Wait, hold on. Is it? Hold on, 1 second. Learning characters, yay! She's going to look to. God, I keep on calling it. I keep on call her Blanche, Rebecca. Damn it! And she's gonna say, "Yeah, you've come too far to let the vegetables take over." And she'll cast Bardic Inspiration on Rebecca.
Aw.
So you have a D6 now.
You are inspired. Perfect. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I got. I'm not going to attempt to move away because I'll get hit.
It is the pumpkin's turn. Valeron, this pumpkin leers down at you and is going to attempt to slam you with its vines. That is a natural 1.
That misses.
And that is a 23 to hit.
That's gonna hit. Flames are gonna shoot back up the vine towards him.
Okay.
It's gonna hellish rebuke.
Nice.
All right. It does take half damage from the hellish rebuke because of its resistance, but it did fail.
And a dex save.
It did fail the dex save, so that's going to be 9 points of
9.
fire damage. You are going to take.
This is some like blue counter reflect bullshit in Magic.
You're going to take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
And did it
Yay.
have disadvantage on that attack roll because of my Vicious Mockery?
It did not. Let me re-roll it.
Oh my.
It does an 11 hit.
7 misses.
It misses you with that health back. And you can thank Fox.
Fox lost Sanctuary, right?
Correct.
Vicious Mockery.
Yep.